So we will continue telling about our horrible stories, right? Now, Sevinch, so she will share with you her horrible story. I don't know from her she got it, but it really seems scary, and I've already started, getting a bit scared seeing these pictures, right? So let's listen and how interesting it goes. Okay? So you can share your story.
Well, hi everyone, it's Sevinch. Now I'm going to tell you about my scary story. You can say that it can be the story, but it was happened in my real life. Well, I will start. When I was 10 years old, I really loved reading some kind of so scary stories about monsters, and all of them were always about monsters. But I never scared from them. But maybe before I start my story, you can frighten it from too. And some of my books were these, and they were called The Stranger, Hereditary, and Conjuring. Well, they will be frightened, but never frightened and never scary from them. Maybe before I start my story, you can feel a bit of fear. Well, I will start. One day, my parents left our house to go to my grandmother's house. At the same time, my sister went to the extra lesson, so I was alone at home, and I didn't want to go to my mother and my parents, And at the same time, I was alone, and at night, my sister came to our house peacefully, and when we looked up to the fridge, there were any kind of products to it, but we were so hungry at the time, and so we had to go out to buy some products. And also next day we were going to celebrate my birthday party, so we went out, and then when we were walking along the way, we heard a different kind of sound, which is like. So it was frightened, and we were so scary from it. And also we continued walking our way very fast. And I thought that maybe it can be the snake, because snake sounds like this, because it was. But my sister said that it can be a stranger. Yeah, it can be a person. But that person were totally dark, and also it was totally dark, so we didn't know who is he or she. So we were so scared, and also I had a bit of more fear at the same time. And I really wanted to scream, but my sister always said that shut up your mouth don't tell anything, because in the street there were not anybody was there, but I was so scared from it, and we were continued walking along the way. But my sister always said that, and we continued walking our way, and I was so frightened from it. But on the other side, we heard the other stranger steps. Also, he was also following us too, and we were so scared from it. And then it was totally dark, anybody was there. We were so scared, but we continued walking our way very fast. And then we arrived to the shopping market, and we stayed there for 2 or 3 hours. So it was around 10 p.m. Yeah, I remember it was 10 p.m. And also we stayed there for 2 or 3 hours, and we really wanted to we really wanted to leave them from us. So, and also when we exited from the shopping market, all of the strangers were following us too, so they were continuing walking along the way with us, and we even noticed that it was so frightening. But there were not 1 or 2 strangers. Maybe they can be 6 and 7 and more. So there were a lot of strangers were there at the same time. And also when happened this situation in your real life, maybe you can really frightened from it too. Yeah, and also when we arrived to our house, and when I looked peacefully to them, but my sister even noticed anything, and I looked at them. and it just following us too, but we didn't notice, but we ever noticed that. But the strangers stopped it near my house. And when we looked up, the strangers were totally dark. All of them were dark, so we didn't know who was she or he, and who was they or they. So we were so frightened from it. And then when I looked up to them, it was around 12 or 1 a.m. and I was so scared from it. And when I looked up to them peacefully, all of them were my classmates, and they congratulated me with my birthday party. So I was so excited from them, and then I invited them to my house, and they congratulated me with some kind of gifts, and I was very excited, and also it was an unforgettable date for me. And we celebrated my birthday party. We celebrated my birthday party from 1 a.m. until morning, yeah. And so it was just memorable date for me.